it is David to start things off. It's been a hot minute since I have seen the blooper ditto. But Dr. Evo swinging big right out the gate with that drop, I should say. And look at that mastery, that control, knowing exactly how to slide into position as the blooper. But goes flying overboard. David bringing us 40-15. Getting his bearings is what I would say, but the topspin too large. Now we are on Evo's serve as we go into the second game. Blooper's aim is quite good in this game. You may have seen David try to go for that flat. It is a very good down the line flat. Blooper may not have a lot of power, but what he does have in angles and trickiness more than makes up. His big gimmick is the top spin in this game. And in anticipating those top spins like Evo does, or just did, David's able to get that flat down the line winner. Set to neutral, both players. David with the preemptive lunge. Evo brings us 30-40. In this game, you can actually preemptively lunge, unlike in Fever. Oh, Dr. Evo gets the read. David doesn't quite get what he wants in that exchange. Been brought to deuce. Dr. Evo with the rush towards the net. Gets the star flash finisher, and just like that, Evo threatening to take home this game number 2 as quickly as David fired back. David with some good baseline positioning, almost gets tripped up, but he's still in it. Dr. Evo goes to the outside of the ball. That will drastically change how the curve comes out. But David doesn't flinch. We're still in the early goings of this match. Both players taking the time to get used to what each other is going, what they're going to do to try and win the point. Dr. Evo with his patented slow serves. Into the net rush. David preemptively firing a lob. It may come back to haunt him. It does. Blooper, gotta go get a drink after that one. Gotta rehydrate. Gotta keep things moist as the squid. The lob will produce the lunge. But Evo far too out of position after the flop.
Advantage server. Game point.
Keep it in mind, this is only game number 2 in set number 2.
Game server.
Things have already been very back and forth. We're only heating up from here. David back on serve. This is where Evo likes to be.
15 love.
Evo thrives on tempo. You let him get a head start on
30 love.
the T line. He is going to put the pedal to the metal.
40
The big
love.
topspin. Evo recognizing that even if he caught that with a lunge, he likely wasn't going to get the follow-up. And the slice into the flat finisher. Blooper's still in it. That would have gone back in. Good on David to keep swinging to make sure. I have lost many a points to hubris, thinking that the point was over, only for the ball to very slightly land back in bounds. And as we go into game number 4, we're going to switch over to David's point of view. Evo not quite getting the net rush he wanted. David seems to have found himself a bit of a groove here. On the cusp of tying it all back up. And there you have it, 2-2 in this volatile match. What will be the adjustment from Dr. Evo? That blooper topspin was pretty crazy. I will say, if there's one character that can kind of deter the signature Dr. Evo net rush, it is Blooper himself. Unfortunately, David doesn't quite get what he wanted. Dr. Evo taking full advantage of that. Dr. Evo with the hero's lunge doesn't quite get the follow-up though. Dr. Evo playing it back on the baseline. This is something David may want, maybe looking for Dr. Evo to do. Baseline is where David thrives. David, one of our historically best baseliners. Gets a little bit of a flub there, but we'll just we'll shake it off. It's just getting back into the saddle. Oh, and the single tap. Maybe a holdover from Fevers. Or from Fever, I should say. In this game, net play differs just a little bit. Not just in what characters can hit, but how you go about hitting them. In Fever, the single tap is the preferred method of closing out a point once you're on net. In Aces, however, you gotta slam that top spin, or slam the double tap. So used to just saying double tap top spin from Fever that kind of naturally, I don't know. Either way, here in this pivotal game, number 6, David is leading. Got lobs coming back and forth into the top spin. Blooper is going to defend all of this. Gets back to get a lob of his own. Okay, we're seeing just how insane the Blooper defense can be, even against Blooper in the mirror match. Dr. Evo holding on for dear life, and now takes the reins of the advantage, of the mental advantage. He punctuates it with a game 3 of his own. This has been an absolute barn burner. We're gonna go back to Evo's point of view. Dr. Evo, hungry for his first DDS win. David, having climbed to the mountain, to the top of the mountain before, knows the pressures, knows exactly what's at stake. lunge that goes nowhere. What a tricky topspin from down the center of the court. Seems like David has gotten a few of these on Dr. Evo. Dr. Evo getting an outside topspin for himself. That's 4-3. It's been 2 years since you've played a blooper in simple MTA ladder. That is a long time. It takes quite a while to get used to these tricky characters again. Dr. Evo not quite getting the angle he wanted, but gets the put away. Saw that curious cross-court exchange. So dangerous getting into a cross-court battle with Blooper, knowing just how radical those topspins are. They see it again. This time, David punishes the cross-court attempt. It being clay helps a little bit. As you can see there, Dr. Evo maneuvering himself into a game number 5 win for him. But clay only goes so far in your defense against Blooper. David with the perfect call out to Evo's net rush. But Evo goes for it again. Very tenacious play. High risk, high reward, as you can see there.
Out. 40-30. Game point.
David's really close to securing a game number 4 for himself. Dr. Evo not looking to make that happen. Oh, and the drop is so risky. The ball is flying, the loops are flopping, and it's Evo that brings us to deuce. A simple star flat, no tricks. Just shot power, get the job done. Sometimes that's the greatest trick of them all. Get your opponent worried about all of these weird, wild options just to do the most simple thing. And it's very effective. Match point for Evo already. Keep it in mind, we will have at least one more set to play after this one. Oh, and David hits what should have been a lob. Dr. Evo takes advantage of the fake charge shot. I believe that's the tag for it, to take home set number 1. That is a Fever holdover for sure. All right, it is Evo on the serve. I believe we should be watching from David's point of view to start things off for game number 2. We need it on Evo's point of view, so I just like doing every 3 games. So might as well keep it going, right? And speaking of keeping it going, Evo getting the first point of the match. Wants to come into this one swinging. Dr. Evo, he was practically made for this tournament. A tournament in which a lot of players are coming back to Aces to play. Having gotten used to how Fever plays, Dr. Evo, one of the few players that did not pick up Fever. So he does not have that. He has a very unique advantage. being able to hone his skills
40, 15.
within this game.
Game point.
Get the slow serve into the lob. A lob is the response, and it's a star flat.
Game point.
Even if Blooper is a character that relies on that topspin, sometimes we just get points like that previous point where the topspin doesn't come out. And Dr. Evo with the maneuvering around the ball to fake David out. Keeping David on his tentacles, on the tip of his tentacles. Oh, and another fake lunge comes out. But David, unlike the tragedy of last game, manages to make amends and get the point scored. What a statement with that star flat. David holds his ground, catches that topspin. Dr. Evo going overboard. 30-15, David's favor. Blooper barely unable to make it to that flat. Barely unable to make it to that topspin. David threatening his first game point of this second set.
40, 30.
Evo saying not so fast.
Game point.
Don't make it a 3 count just yet.
Game server.
But nonetheless, David powers through with that topspin. Dr. Evo with the perfect prediction. Able to get a foot up on David in this third game. Ooh. Unable to cancel the lunge fast enough. That's a throwback technique if I've ever seen it. Sometimes
15.
you can be a little tricky with your shot placement. Force the opponent. Uh-oh. Everything good? Did someone lag out? I am still on the air, right? Oh, and look at that. It's the signature David moonwalk after scoring the shot. You love to see it. Look at him go.
Game point.
All right, one more point for Evo, and we are back into the mix of things. Here we go. The bloopers getting right back into it. And what a tricky drop from Evo.
Game point.
Flats are being traded down the line. Neither player wanting to make too egregious of a play. No high risk, high reward yet, but Evo overextends.
40, 30.
David gets the finishing touch.
Game point.
Ball bounces back and forth. Both players positioning themselves a very safe slice. It's what I would have said if Evo weren't on the ball already.
Change card.
2-1 for Evo in this set.
15 allowed.
Evo's been getting a surprising amount of these tricky drop winners. I suppose it comes with the territory when your opponent wants to back up for those big top spins. Oh, and what an exchange. David holds his own against the Evo net rush.
Game point.
The star flat pushes the squid back. The squid has no fear.
40.
Another drop to Evo.
Game point. Game server.
That's all she wrote for set 2, game number 4. Game number 5. Coming right out of the oven.
Love 50.
Good call out from David, starting to pick up on those net rushing habits. Getting reacclimated to when Evo wants to go in.
Love 30.
When David gets a hold of your patterns, it's more like a stranglehold. Give David an inch and he is certainly taking a mile and then some. That is what has kept him at the top of the game for so long.
Change court.
That strategist's mindset. Observing what your opponent will be doing, how they've done it. Even right up to knowing how they're going to try and adapt. But Evo is not so fast.
Love 30.
I haven't shown all of my bag of tricks just yet.
15-30. All.
Another lob to send the blooper reeling.
40-30. Game point.
David threatening. Go up in
Game
2 for 2 territory. 2 games for David to take home this set win. 4 games for Evo to take home the match win. If David wins, we get one more set. And if Evo wins, he will cement himself in Grand Finals for a guaranteed placement of 2nd or better.
Love 40. Break point. Game receiver.
Look at the return ace from David. It's very feasible that from this point,
15.
David could carry this into a set win. Evo, however, is a wild card. Do not count him out at any point. Evo with the hero's lunge again. His efforts are paying off. He comes to the net. It's a drop.
30. Love.
But all the flopping. And David's bloop comes out on top in the exchange.
40.
One more point now. David. Match point. Technically set point.
40-15. Match point.
Aces only goes up to 1 set, 6 games. That is the max you can play per set, per match.
40-30.
So don't be fooled. If David wins here, We go to a third set. Evo, however,
Deuce.
digging deep, bringing us to deuce. Delays it by at least 2 more points. Gets the lob bait. Ooh, and then David hits the lob again. I don't think that's what he wanted.
Net. Advantage receiver. Break point.
Or even with accidents like that happening, you just gotta shake it off. David has the mental fortitude to do so. I have played him many a times. Where it seems like no matter how deep in the hole he is, he manages to find his way back out. Although I will say, from this vantage point, David is not yet dug into the hole. He is in fact up. It is Evo that is having to climb his way up, and he does so,
Deuce.
bringing us back to deuce.
Advantage receiver.
Evo with another unexpected net rush. The calling card.
Game receiver.
The signature move for all you wrestling heads out there. Oh no, and do we have another interruption as we go into game number 3 or game number 9? Uh-oh. All right, we'll get right back into it. Borosk here to cheer on his fellow European as we get into the game. Back into it anyways. 5-3. David leads in this set, but Evo leads the match overall. 1 set win. David trying to go for his first set win and bring us to a 3rd set.
15-30.
The bloopers have had plenty of time to adapt to one another. It has been quite interesting to see the metamorphosis of this set between 2 bloops. Once again, we arrive to David's match point. The previous game, he was unable to close. Dr. Evo looking like he wants a repeat. The slow serve, but David holds on for dear life and gets that single tap flat. All right, we stand at 1-1 for both competitors. Here we go. The bloops have been blooping. The top spins top spinning. And the clay court has been here to witness it all. We step into the final game. To the final set, I should say. Whoever wins this set goes on to grand finals. David taking the first 2 points. In both other games, it was Evo who struck first blood. Now David, like a shark that smells blood.
15-40.
However,
Break point.
Evo, ever so nimble. Escapes from David's jaws of defeat, but David nonetheless clamps down, takes home the first game. You can see there the subtle difference in how the topspin behaves. Actually curves in from David's, from the way David was stepped around the ball. Doesn't matter because David did eventually score. But you do have to be careful about how you angle these curves. Blooper, one of the few characters in the game that gets different results. Gets an entirely different shot depending on which side of the ball he's on. Same as Boo. 30-30 in this game number 2. Evo rushes down the middle. A tried and true for the good doctor. David firing back with a deuce. The preemptive lob seems to have paid off, even if Eva was prepared.
Advantage server. Game point.
And another top spin that almost hits the ref upon his pedestal. Toad's got to be taking cover out here. It's raining top spins.
15 love.
David leading 2-0 in game count. Evo does not want that to go to 3.
30 love.
The bloopers meet up at the net. One topples over. Ooh. The lunge on the flat. Gives David the opportunity to star smash.
30
Evo holding the serve as late as possible. Doesn't quite play out as he had hoped.
break point. Game receiver.
And David with a slice from center of his own to take home that game number 3. Switch to David's point of view. Beautiful slice off of the top spin, but nothing else beautiful about that point. It's a disaster.
all.
15 all. Both bloopers so familiar with each other at this stage of the game. Yeah, you just have to keep innovating in these situations. And that's what Blooper is all about. Gets the trip up into another Evo drop. Farming these drops for the stats. And another topspin goes round the bend.
Advantage receiver. Break point.
Evo looking to crawl back into this game. Gets the top spin at the edge of his racket. Excellently pressed from Evo. If he had timed that any sooner, that probably would have been a flopping squid. Goes to show the amazing patience honed by these players. The hand-eye coordination required to play at this top level. As Evo ping-pongs David back and forth at the net. Seems like it's Evo's time to turn the tide. Starts charging a little early, but still gets the follow-up. Lunges in this game tend to be devastating. But Blooper, one of the best. I think that might have been another
Game point.
error on David's end. Might have wanted to go for something else that wasn't that drop.
Game server.
Evo, however,
Change court.
taking the opportunities as they are handed to him, brings us to 2-3. David's favor.
15 love.
David's massive lead slowly whittled away. As Evo seems to have regained some confidence in his positioning. Goes for the preemptive lunge, a safe play, and into the star smash, utilizing Blooper's excellent angles. Well positioned from David to not only be where the ball was headed, but also just where the ball was going to hit the ground.
30
If he had gone under the topspin arc, that would have just been a straight overhead. But meeting the ball at the point of impact means he's greatly rewarded for it. And now we're brought to deuce. What a tricky drop from David, almost works. Evo privy to it. Both players going down the line. It's Evo's drop now, and David slams a top spin.
point.
Okay, we got more down the line action. Evo goes for down the center. Kind of tell that these competitors going for safe shots, but David with the lob to call out Evo's lunge. It's a good countermeasure to lunges in this game. The loop goes wide. I don't think he'll be able to recover from this point. Evo having to come back into this deficit. And the slice is slow enough to bait out the lunge from Evo. Seems like David has kind of caught on to Evo's lunging habits. That is one of the mind games you can play with your opponent. Hitting a shot that will make the opponent's attempted lunge go haywire.
30 40 30.
All right.
Point.
We take those if we're Dr. Evo. Whoa, the very shallow topspin almost throws for a loop, but Evo, being the pro that he is, scoops it up, no problem. If that were me, I think I would have been psyched out. Evo closing the gap on David's lead.
15 love.
And more down the line action. What's David gonna do? You see the blooper charging up, and it could literally be anything. Any shot type is a viable choice for Blooper in those situations where he gets a lot of charge. Evo holds on. Does not flinch in that pivotal moment. Oh, you have to imagine that lob wasn't what Evo wanted. David, however, does scoop up the point.
30 all.
on the top spin, high enough to make Blooper lunge. Evo on the cusp of bringing it back to a completely even game. Evo playing it so safe, but David senses the safety, tears through that safety net that Evo's trying to build up. The lob comes through. Evo doesn't want David to sneak in anything. On the top spin.
Game point.
Advantage for David. David wins here. He extends his lead, but Evo with the net rush. Mighty fine difference between 4-4 and 5-3. Blooper stands up on the tips of his tentacles. Evo with an amazing call out, but Blooper has such incredible hidden reach. He gets a lot of things behind him. Evo with the mind games. Advantage to Dr. Evo. Lunges, manages to reposition just in time. The top spins are out in full force. Such a pivotal moment of the match. Dr. Evo gonna take it home. Wins the mental war to bring it to 4-4. Flat. That's not what you want to see. A lot more comfortable hitting these weak slices because they take so long to hit the ground. Top spins are a lot more powerful in general if they are ground stroke compared to when they are volleyed.
30-15.
Lobs back and forth. The star flat. Dr. Evo accidentally ends up hitting it to David. Oh, it is a scramble out here on clay court. Not even the slowness of clay court can help you defend against these Blooper topspins. After a certain point, David gets the lob, gets the tier 2 lob. Evo reads down the line, brings it up 40-15. The top spins are insane.
Game point.
It's an absolute roller coaster. Who knows which way the ball is going to rotate next? There is one person, and that is Dr. Evo. He brings it up 5-4. David now on the back foot.
Love 15.
What was a 3-0 lead for David? Dr. Evo has seized the moment. Bring it to 5-4 in his favor. We got flats coming out.
15 all.
Both players fighting for their lives. The Blooper scoops up the drop, hits a drop of his own. Evo 30-15. David with the big topspin though. Overheads Evo. Gets the top spin into the flat winner. Now, David wanting to bring this to 5-5. Despite how hotly contested this has been, neither game has gone 5-5. And in tennis, the rule is that you gotta win by by more than two. Or two or more. I feel like I screwed that line up. Nonetheless, one of these competitors will have to win 7-5 now. Dr. Evo firing off first. This has been a hell of a match. Thanks for joining in, Snorpy. This match has had everything. Shocking twists, exciting turns. It's everything you could hope for in a blooper ditto. Dr. Evo diving in, preemptively just lunging to cover David's option. It pays off handsomely.
Game point.
Oh, doesn't quite get the ground stroke on the top spin. The flats into the lob. Oh, it's just not safe to stand anywhere on the court. Evo,
Change court.
6 games to David's 5. David, now gonna have to win this one. Bring us to 6-6. Evo playing it safe with these down the middle slices. Into the star smash. Bates David's lob. David, however,
15.
coming up big in this game number 12. He's gonna have to if he wants to win it. But if there's one person that has dug deep more than any other player that I know, it's David. Gets the topspin to the outside and brings us to a 6-6 tiebreaker this final set. This is the match right here. First to 7 points. But if both players get to 6-6, then we will have one final tiebreaker. One final deuce. Evo jumps up, gets the topspin at the net. Evo once again with the slice to the center.
3-0.
Up 3-0. Both bloopers giving it everything they've got. David tries to position for the topspin, doesn't quite get it. Evo with the net rush, coming in hot. David stays in the point. Reads the star flat option. But still goes overboard at the top spin. Evo up 5-0. 2 slices down the line into top spin. What's it gonna be from here?
5-1.
David getting a foot in the door on this tie break. Makes the read. These are some crazy reads for this stage of the match. Both bloopers familiar with each other.
6-2.
However, Evo
Match point.
slips a drop in there. Gets the drop on David. And Evo with the net rush to secure the set win. Evo goes to finals, to grand finals. In an absolutely monumental match. Evo prevails and is in title contention to win his first ever DDS.